in the Acts 27. I forgot how many parts I split it, but the last part I split is the very end, verses 33 to 42. Just before dawn, Paul urged them all to eat. For the last 14 days, he said, you have been in constant suspense and have gone without food. You haven't eaten anything. Now I urge you to take some food. You need it to survive. Not one of you will lose a single hair from his head. After he said this, he took some bread and gave thanks to God in front of all of them. Then he broke it and began to eat. They were all encouraged and ate some food themselves. Altogether, there were 276 of us on board. Again, they believe this is Luke writing. When they had eaten as much as they wanted, they lightened the ship by throwing the grain into the sea. When daylight came, they did not recognize the land, but they saw a bay with a sandy beach where they decided to run the ship aground if they could. Cutting loose the anchors, they let them into the sea. They left them in the sea and at the same time united the ropes that held the rudders. Then they hoisted the foresail to the wind and made for the beach. But the ship struck a sandbar and ran aground. The bow struck fast and would not move, and the stern was broken to pieces by the pounding of the surf. The soldiers planned to kill the prisoners to prevent any of them from swimming away and escaping, but the centurion wanted to spare Paul's life and kept them from carrying out their plan. He ordered those who could swim to jump overboard first and get to the land, swim to the land. The rest were to arrive there on planks or on other pieces of the ship. And this way, everyone reached the land safely. That's the end, 33 to 42 of Acts 27. Now, it's interesting how God planned all this for Paul while he's going to Rome to do all the preaching everywhere, right? How the soldiers saw that Paul was right about the shipwreck, and they should have gone. And even when the shipwrecked, that they all lived, and they must run aground, and they were. And they didn't know, they recognized, but it was Crete. You're going to see the next chapter. It was Crete, for sure, in my head. And there was a Roman, it's a bigger island in the Mediterranean. It was a Roman overseer of that too for the Roman Empire. And they stayed there and they're all okay. And they got a new ship. They received a new ship and they got all the provisions. And you'll see all this was done. And you'll see the next chapter, Paul is bitten by a serpent, and the locals thought he would die. It was a criminal. Then they realized nothing happened. And so, well, then they realized he thought he was God.